Example 1, we've got a missing side on a right angled triangle, and our job is to work out the value of x. So step 1 with any problem like this is to label the sides, and we're going to label the sides h, which stands for hypotenuse, and that's always the longest edge of a right angled triangle, the one opposite the right angle. We're going to use o, which stands for opposite, and that's always the side that's opposite the angle that you're interested in. In this case, we're interested in 42 because that's what's been given to us in the question. And then the third side is going to be labelled as A, which stands for adjacent. Now, adjacent just means next to, so it's the adjacent edge because it's next to the 42-degree angle. You can label those edges in any order that you want. Now, for me, once I've labelled my sides, I like to use formula triangles. So I like to write SOH, CAH, and TOA in that formula triangle format. In this phrase, SOH CAH TOA, S stands for sine, C stands for cos, and T stands for tan. Those 3 buttons that are on your calculator. Then it's about choosing which one we're going to use to answer this question. So to do that, I like to highlight the information I want. So in this case, I want the O side. I'm going to highlight that. I also highlight the information I have. So in this case, we are told that the adjacent is 11. So we can highlight A. And we're also told the angle is 42 degrees. So for this one, we can actually highlight S, C, and T because that angle can go inside either sine, cos, or tan. Sine, cos, and tan are all to do with angles. From this highlighting, we can now see that the formula triangle we want to use is TOA because all 3 things are highlighted there. So I'm going to make this into a formula triangle, and then I'm going to cover up the one I want. So I want O, which leaves T times A. So opposite, or O, equals T times A, and that's just according to how the formula triangle works. And then T stands for tan, so we're going to do tan 42, close the bracket, times A, which was 11, and when you type that into your calculator, you get 9.90, and that's to 3 significant figures. Now it's really important that you close the bracket after you put the angle in, and that's it. The second example I wanted to show you is when you have a missing angle rather than a missing side. So the first step is identical. You're going to label your sides, H for hypotenuse, O for opposite, A for adjacent, and we can write the formula triangles, SOH, CAH, TOA, in that specific order. Then we can do our highlighting. So this time we want the angle X. So I'm going to highlight S, C, and T because sine, cos, and tan are all to do with the angle. We've got the hypotenuse, so we can highlight that. We've also got the adjacent. This is showing us that this time we should use CAH. In terms of what we cover up, this time we're looking for X, which is the angle. So we're going to cover up C because in that formula triangle, cos is the one that's to do with the angle. According to the formula triangle, C would be equal to A divided by H. Now C once again stands for cos. So I'm going to put cos and then X because the angle always goes inside a sine, cos, or tan. And in this case, our angle is X equals A over H. So in this case, 16 over 24. Now, in order to get X out of the cos, or on its own, we actually need to do cos to the minus 1. Now, some people would refer to this as shift cos because that's what you need to do on the calculator to get it. Also, you could call it cos to the minus 1 or technically inverse cos. Whatever you want to call it, it's fine as long as you type that into the calculator. Cos to the minus 1, 16 over 24, and that should give you your answer, 48.2 degrees. And that would be to 3 significant figures again. So that's the really important part about this example, the shift button. You use the shift button when you're finding a missing angle. That's it for now. If you found this video useful, please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And do share this with anyone else you think might find it helpful. Thanks, and see you next time.